They say every woman has a night she can never forget. For me, it was the night I met him. The man people only whispered about. The shadow. Damon Volkov. It started with rain. The kind that falls without mercy, soaking through clothes, washing away pride. Lagos never sleeps, but that night, it felt like the whole city was holding its breath. I was standing under the broken roof of a bus stop, hugging a worn-out folder against my chest, my last set of job applications. My sister Lonnie was waiting at home with empty plates and too much hope in her eyes. I promised her I'd find something, anything. But as the rain poured harder, my promises felt like lies. That was when I saw the black car. It didn't belong on that street. Sleek, tinted, moving slowly like a predator searching for prey. It stopped right in front of me. The window rolled down, revealing a woman with deep red lips and a look that could slice glass. "Are you Amira Kossi?" she asked. Her voice was silk over steel. "Yes," I managed, my heart already hammering. She glanced at me once, then at my folder. "Madame Isola wants to see you. You applied at Eden Club, yes?" I nodded. Eden Club, the most exclusive private lounge in Lagos. I had applied weeks ago for a cleaning position, never expecting to hear back. The woman smiled faintly. "Then get in, don't make her wait." Everything inside me screamed, "Don't do it." But hunger silences fear. I got into the car. The city lights blurred behind the tinted glass. I could smell leather and perfume. Expensive, intoxicating, dangerous. The woman didn't speak again. She just drove until we stopped in front of a building that didn't look like a club at all. It looked like a mansion disguised as sin. Inside, golden chandeliers hung low, reflecting off marble floors. The air was heavy with music and secrets. Women in elegant dresses walked past me, and men in suits whispered things that made my skin crawl. "Wait here," she said, and disappeared behind velvet curtains. I stood there, soaked and trembling, feeling like a mistake that had walked into the wrong world. Then I heard his voice. "Who brought her in like this?" It was deep, cold, commanding. I turned, and there he was. Damon Volkov. He stood at the top of the stairs, a dark figure in a perfectly tailored suit. His eyes, steel gray, swept over me like a blade. He didn't move, didn't blink, didn't smile, but his presence filled the room, pressing against my skin until I could barely breathe. "I'm sorry, sir," she said, hurrying toward him. "She's the applicant. Madame Isola wanted to—" He raised a hand. Silence. His gaze returned to me. "Name." I swallowed hard. Amira Kossi." He walked down the stairs slowly, each step deliberate. "You came for a cleaning job?" "Yes." My voice was a whisper. He stopped in front of me. I had to tilt my head to meet his eyes. There was something cruelly beautiful about him. Too still, too controlled, like danger wearing human skin. "What made you apply to a place like this?" I hesitated. "I needed work. My sister—" "Is she in trouble?" The question startled me. I didn't expect him to care, not even a little. "Yes," I said, honestly. "She's sick, and we can't afford much." He studied me for a long time, as if searching for a lie. Then, without warning, he turned to the woman. "Tell Isola I'll handle this one personally." "Personally?" she repeated, confused. "Yes," he said. "She'll work for me." I blinked, certain I misheard. "For you?" His eyes found mine again, and I felt something shift in the air, like the room itself had gone darker. "You said you needed work. Now you have it." What kind of work? He smirked faintly. The kind that doesn't end at sunset. Something in his tone made my pulse race, not from fear, but something more dangerous. Before I could ask more, he nodded to the woman. Take her to the mansion. Room on the east wing. Isola will explain the rest. That was how it began. No contract, no warning, just a single command that sealed my fate. The car ride to his mansion felt like drifting through another world. The gates alone were taller than any building on my street. As we entered, the lights came alive one by one, revealing a palace draped in shadows and wealth. A man stood at the entrance, tall, dark-haired, wearing a black coat. His expression was unreadable. "Lucas Kane," the woman said, introducing him. "Mr. Volkov's right-hand man." He nodded once, eyes scanning me like I was a puzzle. "So, this is the girl." She'll be working here," the woman replied. Lucas's gaze lingered. "He doesn't bring strangers here, ever." I wanted to ask what that meant, but my voice was gone. The woman handed him a small card and whispered something in Russian. He frowned, then motioned for me to follow. The mansion was silent except for the sound of rain against glass. The halls were lined with mirrors, and each reflection looked like a version of me I didn't recognize. Smaller, weaker, lost. Lucas stopped at a large oak door. "This will be your room. Breakfast is at 7. Don't wander at night." "Why not?" I asked, before I could stop myself. He gave me a cold look. "Because not everything that moves in this house is meant to be seen." The door closed behind me, leaving me alone in a room too beautiful to touch. Silk sheets, a chandelier that sparkled like tears. On the nightstand, a single white rose lay beside a note, written in clean, elegant handwriting. "Obedience is safety. D.V." My breath caught. Damon Volkov had left it himself. I sat on the edge of the bed, the words burning into my mind. Obedience is safety. I thought about Lonnie, her soft laugh, her dreams of becoming a nurse. If working for this man meant protecting her, then I'd endure it, whatever it was. I didn't know then that I had just stepped into a cage lined with diamonds, that the man who had saved me from poverty would become my deepest fear and my greatest addiction. Because Damon Volkov didn't just own the night, he owned me, long before I ever realized I'd given myself away. And that was only the beginning.